Alright, Rich. I'm afraid I'll only be on about an hour, maybe a bit less, because I need to go out to the post office just after 3 o'clock. Alright, John. Yeah, better today. So today was, like, today's better than yesterday. Yesterday was better than Sunday. You know, Sunday was a lot better than Saturday. Oh, has the game crashed already? Fuck's sake. Right, hang on. If I restart it, will the broadcast still continue? Hopefully. Alright. Alright, Rajiv, that's the only problem since, obviously, they've done a big patch to the game. Obviously, they still need to hotfix some, obviously, bugs that crash it a bit in the new thing. At least it'll load up faster this time, because I'm... There we go. Alright, let's do enter raid. Alright, weird Pringles chip. What did you have, Roger? A similar thing to me? Because like I had, like, it was mostly a really sore throat and sort of, you know, congestion in my lungs. I didn't really have headaches or feel sick, but I didn't have an appetite either. You know, so it was just where I felt like really weak and sort of fluey. So, once, you know, it was like once that sort of, the fever went and everything, and I was able to start coughing stuff up reliably, it's mostly gone now, but yeah, for a couple of days, like, I had no appetite, you know, just felt very weak and tired. Alright, Irish Lover. No, well, I did a COVID test and it wasn't COVID, but it did remind me of when I had COVID, like one of the times I had it, in terms of symptoms. But I think because COVID now is so similar to, like, a lot of colds and flus anyway, it's hard to know. COVID still exists, but obviously you would only get a COVID test to show up for COVID if you actually have COVID at the time you do a test. So a lot of the time when I do tests for things, it turns out to not be COVID. But now and again, obviously, I've caught COVID maybe 4 times, I think. And again, each time seems to be less bad than the last time. I guess most of the time is your immune system's getting used to it. Right, because, like I said, I'm not going to have very long to stream today, unfortunately, because, like I said, I need to go to the post office a bit after 3 o'clock, because I've finally had an item that I've been trying to sell for ages has been sold, so I want to get that sent off today. You know, like I said, I'll only be able to do a few games of this. Obviously, if I die really quickly, I'll be able to start new games faster, but if, you know, I actually manage to play games properly and not get wiped out straight away, I'll be on for... Might have been, yeah. The problem is, because I have, like, asthma and that, a lot of the time if I get anything, you know, like, sinusy or lung-related, it's always, like, a bit worse, because it just makes me wheezier than it would otherwise. Prisoner Manifest, Radar Tower, Asteroid Mine Drill Pit. If I see a radar tower, I'll knock one out, but... Goes that one there? Yeah. Right, at least I've got that radar tower objective. Right, looks like there's already a load of players going for the penal colony, so shall we go to the other place? Yeah, there's at least 2 players there holding it. So the other one's what, Asteroid Mine. Yeah, it doesn't sound good, Irish Lover. But yeah, I know there's lots of sort of things like that where, you know, there's like long-term lung things people can get from being around stuff or even being burnt or like working in mines or whatever. Right. We'll just go straight into the asteroid mine, because there might have been people that have gone in there, but so most people are going for the prison colony by the look of it. Yeah, Alright, somebody is coming for me. Oh no, that was a tower underneath. Okay, that's not so much of a problem. I just need to make sure when I leave, if I leave using the escape pod, I boost out as fast as possible. So I can at least do Asteroid Mine, Foreman's Diary, I know where that is. I'm going to have to just turn my game volume up a bit because I need to obviously listen out for footsteps in this. So this will be a bit loud. I don't think it will make much difference at your end because obviously how the volume mixing works for people watching a stream, but I need to make sure I hear gunfire and footsteps as soon as they happen to not get ambushed. Better than my current thing at hard hat. Do that instead. There's somebody. Oh, but did I get it? Do you have anything good on him? Not really. I'll take the MP40 while I'm here. But... I have a Luger. So I'll grab the transmitter. Don't really want to be sort of sticking around an area like this because this is going to be quite easy to get shot at from a distance. Oh, gold ring, that's at least worth something. Oh. Shit, there's more of them. That one was definitely a bot. But still alive somehow. Oh, more gunfire. We've got a player coming. We need to be really careful if there's a player, because obviously they're a hell of a lot more dangerous than the bots in terms of being able to aim and everything. Because obviously they can listen out for gunshots and footsteps like you can. Ooh, Mosin Obres. Take that. I'll swap the M1 carbine for the other thing. Oh, machete. Okay. Right, I might as well get to where the Foreman's Diary is and then get out. Because at the moment stuff isn't going too badly, but I don't want to risk my luck by staying here too long. That was a door, but Captain's diary is in that room over there. Toolkits. They're always useful. Right, Connor? This is one of those games that when I'm actually playing it, I won't be able to check the chat quite very well, but there'll be quite a bit of downtime when I can. Just because you die very, very fast in this. Let's play it. Oh yeah, there's another one, sure. Right, got one. The other still get me, isn't it? Oh well, got one before I got wiped out. Yeah, so the Marauder that I killed, all the ones that are Raiders, the AI, that one that said Marauder, that was the player. Let's do a run with no equipment, just so we don't risk losing anything. So I got the video filmed earlier that I'm going to upload later, so I just need to edit it and upload it. That will be on later today, probably. Only thing is with that video, the gas mask I ordered wasn't the gas mask I got when I looked closer at it. I don't really mind, because both of them are pretty much similar in value. And I don't think it was a seller selling it that, you know, was trying to scam people. I think it was one of those sellers where they just, you know, probably took a quick look at the mask, thought it was something of after a Google search. So it's already a mask I've reviewed, but this one's in quite good condition for its age. So they're both like World War II masks from pretty much the same period that look very similar. So yeah, what was meant to be an Italian gas mask isn't an Italian gas mask. Player trying to leave already. I'm not going to complain if they are, but he might be just trying to do a specific quest, and if he gets the wrong map, he's going to... There's another player leaving there. Right, okay, that's good. If there's already two players looking like they're trying to go out the exit, that means less enemies potentially in the cruiser. Right, I'm starting to learn the layout of this map a bit more, but it's still quite confusing. I've seen at least one player dock there, look. Yeah, oh, there's another ship over there, is there? Yeah. Is that an AI ship or a player ship? It depends what type of period you mean, Kyle. The Italian one I thought I was getting was going to be a T-35 or a TC-35, like one of their really mass-produced World War II masks. But I got a French C-38 instead, which is very, very similar looking. Oh, that guy shouldn't be flying over the flak like that. Ah, looks like he's docked just in time. Oh, that's just a turret. There's a lot of turrets around here. Let's take those out at a distance before I go in. I don't want to be evacing and nearly making it out and then get killed by one of those. I'm going to actually try and board that. Fuck it, let's try and board that ship. Because I've only got, like, worthless gear on me anyway. Although I'm losing a lot of health even trying to use it. I'm trying to remember what the modern Italian gas mask is actually, but I'm not sure. I know they used one from the 60s for absolutely ages. Alright, where is he? Overswung him. He's after me, alright. Oh, shit. See, I'm still not sure if that's a player or a person. Like a player, sorry, or a bot. Because the bots sometimes fly ships like that. Right, let's, without trying to overshoot him. If he docks, it's a player. Sure. Oh, overshot him. Oh, let's fuck it, let's get killed. And I've got barely any health. I'm in the belly of the beast now, so there's already something down there. My survival chances probably aren't good, being injured, only having a Luger. Yeah, I see. That was probably a bot because of the fact that he didn't really react the first time I shot him. Oh, there'll be more of them coming. Yeah, and that was a player, I think. Cheers, thank you, Gas Mask Man. There's lots of gas masks in this game. In real life, John, it's because of the fact... Yeah, Twitch TV tag, fucking hell. But yeah, in real life, it's to do with laser outserts, as in, like, you know, so you don't damage your eyes with lasers. In video games, it's because they look cool, basically. See, when I unlock it, I can get the M17 in this that's been added in the patch, like a Space M17. There we go, and that's got red lenses. I call there's variants of it as well. Kill 50 Marines. Well, I'm not too far off of that, but $125,000 is a lot for a mask at my low tier level. Oh, you don't need to kill the SAS anymore to get the SAS head. That's kind of cool. I won't bother getting the S10 at the moment because I don't actually need it. The PMG2 I kind of like the GP5M, yeah, because it's basically a GP5 with a voice diaphragm, isn't it? So yeah, it's good enough for what it is. Again, it's still got the problem that it's a Soviet mask, so it uses a type of filter that isn't made anymore by most countries. But in terms of like what they were for the time, they were pretty good. Like the voice diaphragm works. You know, it's got the open ear bit so you can hear. I know a lot of people think that's dumb, but if you're wearing a chemical hood with it, that wouldn't matter. But yeah, I think they're alright masks, what they are. Big Mac. It's the title of the stream, Kyle. Marauders. It's like a space pirate thing. PvPvE. So you're like a space pirate docking up places, trying to kill people and loot their stuff while, you know, like being hunted by other players and like the bots. Laser designators, John, and laser sights on guns. Because bear in mind, if you've got... I know like they make on purposely laser sights for guns now really low power. But the problem is obviously if you have a laser sight on, say, a gun, like an MP5, and you had the red outserts on with the S10, or a green laser, no, it'd be a green laser for the red outserts, the idea is that it, you know, like lowers the frequency that you can still see it, but if it hits a mirror and hits you in the eye, it's not going to immediately cause eye damage. My favourite gas mask, the FM12, but that's not the best gas mask. Best gas mask is going to completely be down to opinion, like what you actually want from a mask. It's like saying what's the best car. Depends what utility you want from it. Because things people have, well, I've got a colony cruiser again at least. The things people want for, you know, like industrial type jobs are quite different than military type things. I just literally said that gas mask, man. The Avon FM12 is my favourite mask. Still my favourite mask. I mean, there's a lot, don't get me wrong, that if I had them, I might prefer them. But until you get a mask and try it for a while, you don't know if you'll like it or not. And, you know, the really hard to find modern mil-SERP masks, because they're not really surplus at the moment. You know, I can't comment how good they are. There's a skateboard over there. Ah, escape pod's chasing that ship down there by the look of it. Yes, so, and there's another plane. So yeah, the escape pod's going for that ship. They're going to be distracted for a while anyway, because if they've been breached, they're going to be worrying about killing the stowaway. I don't think other players noticed me, so I'll just let him do his thing. It depends. Some of their military masks are actually good, John. Just like some of their civilian ones are made to such an awful quality standard. So again, it's hard to say. Right, let's just go straight in again, because if I die, I'm not going to lose anything. I've only really got another 25 minutes I can be streaming for, so we might try and get as much of the game played as possible in that time. That was quick, wasn't it? That game didn't last long at all. The funny thing is, before I went out earlier to walk the dogs and I wasn't streaming this, I had a couple of games in a row where I did quite well, but it's the typical thing when you're streaming a game like this, you're just going to have bad luck. Because obviously bear in mind as well, you get some really try-hard players. Like the guy that killed me in the first game, in the asteroid mine, you know, I got his mate and then he got me, and that was fair enough, but it's like a lot of the Twitch TV people you see, like names in their tags, are the people that literally, if they're not hacking, they just play this game non-stop to the point that, you know, it's quite try-hardy playing against them. I kind of wish there was a PvE only mode in this, just for like playing casually. Because I kind of like the thing of like, you know, you have to worry about players stalking around the same maps as you as well, but sometimes it just turns into such a clusterfuck with people on certain maps. Oh yeah, I changed my voice to German, didn't I? So I can just swear at people in German. Oh, we got Colony Cruiser again, so we can at least try the same up again. Tell you what, I'll make this the last game, and what I'll do is I'll let the timer run down just by chatting with you guys, so the probability that I run into a player is much lower. Because everybody dies eventually if they run out of oxygen. What you can sometimes do is dock, wait a while, you know, so most of the players have killed each other already left, and then you can pick over what's left. We've already got a ship engaging us, but I don't think he's that accurate. Yeah, the flat gun on that ship's actually far more dangerous. Oh shit. Yeah, but those flat guns on there are far more dangerous than that player that was shooting at me. There you go. What do you mean get stuck in your hose? What, like you screw a hose in and you can't get it out? Well, don't force a hose on the first place if it seems like a bad connection, because you're going to probably have permanently damaged it by that point anyway, but otherwise just take it off with pliers, I guess. Yeah, that sounds bad, Ghost Jesus. At least the devs seem to be doing a much better job with this now at actually, like, you know, getting rid of a lot of the hackers in it, like in terms of like there being mass bannings and things like that that seem to actually be based on evidence. Because again, it's really obvious some people are hacking in this when you look at the leaderboards and see like how many players have kills that, you know, the numbers are stupidly higher than like anybody near them. You know, like, so you might get people who play the game a lot that have a certain average kill def, and then you see people that suddenly have like a kill def that's 10 times higher than that, to the point, you know, like it means they're killing every player they go into of a game, which again just means that they've got wall hacks, you know, in bots or whatever else. Because again, there were videos some people made to actually prove the point of how bad the hacking was in this at one point. Again, try gripping the end of the hose with pliers and twisting the filter. When you say tips for the hood, do you mean like getting it on or just for storing it? Because for storing it, it's pretty simple to store. It's like one of those green chemical hoods. Yeah, but putting it on, they can be a bit of a pain in the arse, but it is just literally a case of annoyingly stretching it over. You need to take the outserts off the mask before you put it on, but other than that, I can't really give you any advice. It's just a case of stretching it and stretching it and stretching it until you get it to go on. Yeah, I think Metro's alright. Like I said before, I don't think they're bad games, I don't think they're amazing. You know, I've played them a couple of times, but they're not ones that, you know, I have any rush to go back to. But yeah, those chemical hoods on masks can be awful with those sort of things, just because, again, I think it's the problem that a lot of the chemical hoods are made in one size, so if you have a mask that's like medium or large, there's more distance between gaps, so it's even harder to pull it on. Like, in theory, they do fit on any other size masks, but like on a small mask, you have a bit of extra baggage sort of area to get them on. Whereas, yeah, if you've got like a large M17, you're going to struggle with that. What's my favourite video game? Probably Oddworld's Abe's Exodus. I've still not properly played the remake of that. So yeah, what I'm doing, look, is with the remaining oxygen, that's at 21 minutes. I'm going to let that timer run down, just chatting with you guys, and then hopefully if I go in with only about 10 minutes left, the probability that I'm going to run into another player is a lot lower, so I can just fight the AI. Because I could still get the farm report, the cruiser bridge, and 3 UA Marines in that time if I'm like optimised going around, and hopefully get some good loot. Yeah, I've got the coolest hood I have is where East Germany had the Czech M10, which is like the knockoff of the M17. There was a really rare hood for that. Well, not really, really rare, but you know, you didn't see it very often. That was in strict arm, so it's like, you know, got the camo coating on the hood. So I've got one of those. Now I've managed to get it on an M10. It's never coming off. Because the more common East German ones and the Czech ones you saw are just the ones made from like the same material as the NBC suits. You know, they're just like a thin bit of rubber kind of stuff, like second skin sort of thing. But the actual strict on like camo printed ones for a communist country, I guess that was quite a expensive thing to do. You know, actually get a material and then properly, you know, print it without making it look defective, and you know, that's probably why they didn't do it very much. Yeah, I do really like Marauders, but like I said, it's one of those games that can be a bit annoying to stream sometimes, because it requires you to concentrate a lot to not die, you know, like listening out for the footsteps and gunshots to figure out the distance of them and everything. And again, it's like, if you're not streaming it for other people, it's a lot easier to just go into a match, sort of dock, go AFK for 10 minutes and make like a coffee or something, come back and just, you know, clear out the level while there's not going to be anybody there. You know, the probability is that there's not anyone there. This is also one of those games I find where, depending on the time of day you're playing it, depends on how easy or how difficult it is. I think a couple of YouTube channels have done that, Ghost Jesus. Like, especially ones in the US that have got swimming pools and can just test it out. At some point, Big Mac, at the moment I've been cleaning out the, like nearly everything I buy I always want to do a video on, because I've spent the money on them. There's a gas mask video being edited and hopefully uploaded later today. If not, it will be on tomorrow at the latest, but I can't see why I won't get time to edit it and upload it this afternoon. But yeah, with the musket, I need to reassemble the trigger mechanism first, because I took that all off and put it in rust cleaner, because, you know, that was quite rusty on the inside. So now I've dried it out. I'm going to put a bit more gun sort of oil lube on the trigger mechanism and then reassemble it, and then when that's done I can do a video on it. But, you know, I wanted to clean it out, because the problem was with the musket that, although it was in quite good condition in terms of, like, not any rust in the barrel or whatever, the trigger mechanism was a bit rusty and, you know, old. And also, you know, like, what would you call, like, the muzzle cap thing muskets have, like the percussion cap sort of bit, like the nipple for the percussion cap, that was pretty fouled up with, like, really stale dry powder. So I've been slowly trying to, you know, like, clean through that bit. So, you know, the actual musket is in its functional state, you know, even if I'm not going to shoot it because of the laws here, even though, you know, like I said before, it's easy enough to actually do it. I'm not going to be obviously dumb enough to do something like that, film it, put it on YouTube, and then go to the police. Hey, look, I've done something that I'm not meant to do. But yeah, you know, obviously, like I said, I want to restore it to the point that it's pretty much in a fireable condition, ready to go. But, like I said, I need to finish doing the trigger mechanism on that first. Oh, cool, I haven't actually seen that, Ghost Jesus. Were you in Australia, Big Mac, or was that somebody else that was on recently that was saying they were in Australia? Because there's Australian voices you can give your character in this now, but sadly I've not unlocked those yet. But it's the one I want the most, because you can go, call people a fucking cunt, with the little in-game thing. So I can swear at them in German at the moment.
Leck mich! Fick dich! Friss Scheiße! Fick dich!
Oh, it was you guys, not me.
Fick dich! Friss Scheiße! Leck mich doch! Fick dich! Du Hurensohn! Attacke! Brauche Feuerschutz! Brauche Feuerschutz! Mir nach! Folgt mir! Feind gesichtet! Position halten! Position halten! Nicht schießen! Helft mir! Helft mir!
So yeah, I put my voice as German now that there's actually a German thing in it, so you can just scream in angry German at people. But,
Fick dich! Leck mich! Friss Scheiße! Fick dich! Du Hurensohn!
But yeah, so there's an Australian one that shouts cunt at people now, but sadly, I've not got to the level to unlock that. Because before there was only English, French, and Polish, I think was the previous ones, but now there's quite a few languages that you can give your guy. No, there's no Russians in space at the moment in this game. It wouldn't surprise me if there is space, like Soviets, as a faction in this eventually. Because they'd fit right in with the game's aesthetic, and there is, like, Russian equipment in the game, like SVTs and that. But at the moment, it's, like, a space version of the British Empire, a space version of the Americans, that's the United Allies, and a, what's it called, the Central Powers, so like the World War I Germans and the World War I German Empire. Because this game's kind of like, it's set in the 1990s, but it's based in like an alternative history where World War I never ended and then World War I like bled into space. Apparently I think it's meant to be, Rain, that your oxygen is actually your mask. So, like, the character is almost, you know, like, once, because obviously it's a gameplay mechanic that you've got the thing. But apparently, I'm assuming, like, it's meant to be that your character has, like, an air canister inside any of their masks. And then, you know, like, they're breathing a limited air supply they're carrying. Like, so there's no oxygen in their ship, there's no oxygen on the other ships. You know, even though that is a really bad idea in terms of sustainability. You'd think they'd just, you know, have a big rebreather system built into a lot of the ships. But obviously it's a gameplay mechanic, because that's a good way to make the game timer make sense. Alright, see anybody that's off, like I said, this will be the last game I'm on for here. I'll go in like literally a minute, because I'm going to need to go pretty close to 3 o'clock, so that's in 12 minutes. So yeah. Tell you what, let's open the airlock and see if we hear shooting, and then we'll know what's going on. But at this rate, players have had like 12 minutes to be you running around on the ship, so the probability that there's still people there is a lot lower than, like, you know, in the first couple of minutes where literally everybody's docking and doing stuff. Yeah, it's basically like Space Tarkov. It's stalkery, like Tarkov sort of thing. But it's like, yeah, the big spaceships are like the arena sort of thing, so it's an extraction shoot is the actual name for it. Right, so far so good. So I need to listen out carefully for footsteps or gunfire. Because obviously gunfire means that there's players shooting each other or AI shooting at players or whatever. Footstep means it could be an AI running around or a player. What's leg 01? Let's just go have a look in that, unless that's like the airlock base. Oh, okay. There is gunfire. We're not alone. We'll hold here a moment. I think they're on the floor above me. I'm going to risk opening this, it'll make a bit of noise on something else. They're close, wherever they are. Is that a door opening just there? I think they're on the floor directly above me. I'm not going to carry that SMG because it's so close to breaking. I bet I'll die the instant I try and shoot at somebody with it. Needs oxygen left, so... Oh, there's somebody. It's a bot, but the player knows we're here now anyway. Let's go up there and carry on. Otherwise I'm just going to be crouched down here for ages. Oh. Oh, they're players and they're very heavily armed. Yeah, I'm dead. Right. Gasmos, man, I'd want an FM53. Yeah, that guy either had... Was it Heavy Thompson? So that's like the Thompson with the armoured bit in front of it. Yeah, anyway. Like I said, this... Unfortunately, that'll be it for now, because I have to go out. But like I said, hopefully next time I stream this, I'll have unlocked a load more gear in it and everything. Because as you level up, this game does get easier in the sense that you don't worry about money as much, so you can keep just bringing in better gear into matches that gives you an advantage straight away. Like I am just going to quickly buy these couple of bits and stick them on for the next time I play a game. At least that way I've got some better starting gear than what you get normally. Might as well take a Sten gun in with me as well. But yeah, I won't do that right now, but... Yeah, I can put the American voice back on, actually.
I need a medic over here! Stop fucking shooting! Fucking moving on the double! Go fuck yourself, motherfucker! Eat shit, motherfucker! Hold the line! Hold the fucking line! Follow me! Fucking moving on the double! I need a medic over here!
Yeah, so I can put that on again, because I quite enjoyed that one, just because of all the copious swearing on it. But the one I want to unlock is Australian, for obvious reasons.
Fuck off, Drongo! Get him, lads! Help you fucking cunts! Go, 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 go! Fuck off, you dickhead! Enemy, over there! I can't hold the fucking position! I wanker!
Yeah, the voices, you still get the original
Help!
English one and the Polish one.
One more team!
And the other one's French, isn't it?
Attendez! Couvrez-moi!
Allez, couvrez-moi!
Oh, it can be a woman as well.
Va te faire foutre.
Is what 41 range?
Hold the line! Hold the fucking line!
Switch my voice back to America. Before I just go off, what do you know what is what 41? There is a PPSH 41 in the game if you're asking about that, but that's not the gun I'm using at the moment. I've got Sten that I just had laying about for Was this one I've already put the muzzle brake on? Yeah, good, I have. Like, so I've got a compensator on that, so that makes it a bit better, but... Yeah, the guns are quite well modelled in this. All the Mausers I've got, I've upgraded with stocks and the extended mags, because why wouldn't you? Yeah, the MAP 49s are nice, but like I said, I haven't got a load of the stocks for them, because they're good with the stocks on, just in terms of recoil control. Well, anyway, I'll be off. See you all. And hopefully I'll get that video done by tonight.